on the search for a credible Senate president within the Northeast. This text of a World Press Conference by Partner for Legislative Agenda for Nigeria, a coalition of civil society and youth groups in Nigeria on March 27, 2019, here in Abuja. Gentlemen of the press, sequel to the recent concluded presidential and legislative elections, it becomes imperative to begin a serious agenda setting for the 9th National Assembly, starting from the leadership of the Senate. The Senate President is the chairman of the National Assembly and is very critical to the direction the country goes. We are concerned about the need to avoid the unnecessary rancorous politicking that led to the emergence of Senator Abubakar Bukola Saraki, that was in 2015, and the subsequent psychological and physical combat that follows. This issue, as we all know, affected governance negatively. Our major intention is to create an harmonious executive-legislative relationship that will help the country achieve sound and effective governance. Gentlemen of the press, the history of leadership of the National Assembly needs to be placed in its proper perspective to reduce tension and help the leadership selection process in the 9th National Assembly. That is about setting the record straight. In 1999, when this democracy was baited, the President, General Olusegun Obasanjo, was from the South. The Southwest, to be precise, while the Senate President was in the South, also the Southeast specifically. This was the arrangement for the two-term 8 years of Obasanjo's presidency. Similarly, in 2007, when the late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua from the Northwest became president, the Senate President moved from the South to the North, this time the North Central, and was held by Senator David Mark, who served the longest term as Senate President in Nigeria. Unfortunately, Yar'Adua died and his deputy, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, became president. The Senate President was retained in the North Central simply because it was understood that President Jonathan was continuing with President Yar'Adua's tenure. Again, in 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari was inaugurated as president, and the governing party, APC, agreed that the Senate President should remain in the North. The incumbent Senate President, Dr. A.B. Saraki, of the North Central, clinched the position. This made the North Central to have, against historical balancing, held onto the exerted office for 12 straight years. Consequently, the North Central should be totally out of this race for the sake of equity. If we must sustain this political consensus, which is historical and very politically healthy, we must strongly support the zoning of the Senate presidency to the Northeast. Plan, therefore, sincerely commend the APC for looking in the direction of the Northeast. It is the right thing to do, but we equally disagree and warn against any attempt to impose a candidate. Yes, while it is imperative for a ruling party to introduce a semblance of order and political stability in the leadership choice, historical antecedents have shown that imposition through influence peddling and invoking the name of the president has led to instability in the leadership succession in the National Assembly in the past.